Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the podcast. Jonathan, 889. Time checking the podcast. Said this challenge that up to self. Big reason that it's been overweight in life. Throughout my life, time where I have gotten to and one found that a lot of times that goal not enough pounds. A lot of times pounds. Um, uh, Lots happen. And I feel bad I haven't been a lot just by Monday. Doctor found out that I bicep arm doctor wasn't. I guess I'll stand up and off talk a little, for the next month or for go back to see Doctor. Yeah, I guess I kind of run down what happened. Um, uh, Might have to let's see. Okay, wow, yeah, I think that's picking me up much better. Um, I don't know how much of the intro kind of happened there or not, but anyways, um, I guess I'll just start. I was uh Thanks, Alex. On Tuesday, I went live. I knew I was going in for surgery on Wednesday. I got contacted by the surgery center and kind of they went over the pre-surgery things. I knew, I couldn't eat from 11 p.m. on Tuesday evening. My surgery was scheduled for 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning. And so we went in around 7 o'clock in the morning. Carrie had an eye surgery a couple months ago. And when she got out of the surgery, they offered her water and soda to drink. Obviously, water fits on her diet. But then the other thing they had offered her was like crackers or Jello. And so I knew that they'd probably offer me those same things. And because our diet's kind of strict, I ended up having Carrie make us, or make me, sorry, some just corn. She took corn tortillas that we buy and she just fried them up and made them like chips. And I ended up having those after the surgery. But anyways, I'm a little distracted because my audio was messed up now. And I don't know how much of what I said you guys heard. But anyways, we went in and the everybody at the surgery center was great. They had everything kind of down pat how they do it. It's very much they run through a bunch of surgeries there. It's an interesting setup how it works. But the surgeon came in, kind of talked about what we were going to do. I had to tell, I think, everybody in that building what my name was, my date of birth, and the arm they were operating on. And I had to say left. Like they had to hear me say left arm. Didn't matter they would say, what are we doing for you today? I could go into, you're reconnecting the distal bicep tendon. They didn't care about that as long as I said left, because that's what their paperwork said. And so that was interesting how that kind of was part of the process there. But we met with the surgeon. He explained how things were going to work. The anesthesiologist came in and she was great. As far as like going into the surgery, the only thing I was nervous about is I've had surgeries in the past and I just hate waking up cold, and then you're also kind of drugged up and you don't know what you're going to say. So I was a bit nervous about that. But really I just told her I didn't want to wake up cold, and she was like, I get it. And they had all kinds of stuff they have like this weird paper blanket that hot air blows into to create like a cloud, like a pillow of hot air on top of you. And then they put blankets on top of that. And so they got that stuff all figured out since the last time I had surgery. But yeah, so they gave me the option to have a nerve block. When I woke up from the surgery, I had a lot of pain right on my forearm, because to do the surgery, the distal bicep tendon is the bicep tendon that connects your bicep to your forearm. And I tore it somewhere, between, somewhere along the tendon, and in order to repair it, what they have to do is they have to take the tendon and like lace up the end of it. And then they drill a hole through the forearm, the bone in your forearm, and they lace the tendon through that hole. And then they put what they call a button on the other side. And then they use a plastic screw to kind of tighten up the tension, or to get the tension right when they do that. And I don't know if they use local anesthetics or exactly what they do when they did the surgery, but during the surgery, they didn't do a nerve block. And so when I got out of surgery, really the first thing I remember is kind of the nurse saying my name and then saying, hey, we have a pill for you to take. And it was a oxycodone or whatever. It was a pain pill that I took that, 10 minutes later, I kind of was like, it hurts still, but I mean, it feels a little better, but it still hurts. So she offered me another one. And then they said that if I wanted, I could get a nerve block for my arm so that I wouldn't have much pain at all. And I didn't quite understand what a nerve block was until I got it, but I was like, yes, anything that I can get to manage my pain at the clinic here or at the surgery center, I'm going to take, because I'm not going to have any of that opportunity once I leave the surgery center. So we ended up having to wait for the anesthesiologist to get out of a surgery. She was in a surgery when they requested the nerve block. She came over. They put like an ultrasound thing on my neck, and she put a needle down in my shoulder area. I felt a couple jolts of like electricity go through my arm, and then everything just started going numb from my shoulder down. I kind of asked her, how it would feel, and she said it will feel like you do not have an arm for the next day. And that's exactly how it felt. It was really a wild feeling, because like I could still do, like for a little bit I could wiggle my fingers, and then an hour later I could like move my hand up, but had no control over it. Excuse me. And then after that, completely numb, dead. Like I could, in my head, I was visualizing, telling my arm, doing all these things, but everything from the shoulder down, completely unresponsive. I had to use my good arm to lift up the braced arm, to even like get a seatbelt on or to do anything. It was really weird having no use of that arm. And that went from the time of surgery or after surgery, which probably would have been 9:30 or so, until 6 a.m. on Thursday, yesterday morning. And then I started to get feeling back in my hands. And I still feel like numbness in my hands, but I can move, my arm around, and I can wiggle my fingers. I can't really twist my hand very good. But that's a big part of what that bicep and that tendon does, is allow you to go palm up, or I think palm up is a big part of what that tendon helps with. So that's going to be a while and some physical therapy before I can do that. But so yeah, getting that feeling back has been nice. The medicine that I've been taking, the I don't know if it's oxycodone or I'm not sure what it is, but oxycodone or whatever. I've stayed taking a regular regimen of that. I don't want to take it for too long, but they gave me 40 pills. I'm taking one every 4 hours, and I've been staying on it like clockwork. When I was in high school and I had my ACL replaced on my right knee, I was in a position where I had the surgery. I was feeling good from the surgery, and my mom was like, "Hey, do you want to go get the medicine now, or do you want to go home and then I'll get the medicine?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's just go home. I'll lay in bed. You can go get the medicine." And then she ended up going to get the medicine, and it took longer than the medicine from the surgery center had lasted. So for a good half hour, I was in my house by myself in pretty bad pain, unable to get around because my leg was in a full leg brace from the ACL surgery. So from that time on, I've decided that anytime I was gonna, if I was gonna need pain medication, that I was gonna make sure that I stayed on top of it and I didn't let it, fall behind. And so I I've been staying regular with the pain meds, 1 pill every 4 hours. I could take 2, but I don't. I'm just taking 1. By the time 4 hours hits, I'm kind of feeling a little bit of pain, or like the incision area is probably the kind of itchy in that area. I think that helps with that. And then, like I said, the area in the forearm where they drilled through the bone, I can feel that too. So, so it's like they have the meds, but the problem with the meds is that they've been giving me the hiccups, and it was really bad the first night, Wednesday night. I ended up, I have a decent appetite anyways, but I ended up probably eating more than I should have. I might have had 2 ears of corn on the cob, and I ended up having the hiccups, and it was just sweet corn all night is all I could taste. And so I was trying to figure out, I didn't know if it was just from and it could be a little bit from the surgery itself. My digestive system might have had some issues, but it was pretty regularly that right after I was taking the medicine, I was getting heartburn and hiccups. And the best I found to manage it for me is that I've been taking the pill with apple juice, and it seems to be helpful. Or at least I'm not getting the hiccups from it. And I'm trying not to eat too much around the time that I take the pill too. Like, they recommended that I eat with it, and I'll eat a little bit, but I'm not. I think I made the mistake of having like a big meal at the same time as taking the medicine, and it was pretty awful. Yesterday, Carrie has been kind of chauffeuring me around town so that I can still get work and things done. And we ended up having to pull over one time because I couldn't, I burped up some food that I needed to spit out. I guess it wasn't like a puke, but the hiccups were just bad. And so since I started taking the pill with apple juice, I've not gotten the hiccups, and I've not had the heartburn that I was getting. So Carrie says, good thing I'm such a good driver. Yes, you're such a great driver. I don't generally ride passenger with Carrie, and so that's been a learning experience for both of us, I think. But so the meds really, kind of the hiccups with that kind of sucked, and I was trying to find out if eating more or less or that, but I think I got it worked out now. And yeah, it's just been a crazy 2 weeks. I feel like I haven't been able to catch up. I kind of went over some of the numbers the other day, but like the sleep I haven't caught up on, and then the surgery, these meds are knocking me out too. I've fallen asleep multiple times. Just because I can't really do much either. Like I'm trying to do as much as I can, but it's difficult with everything going on. And it's crazy. And so, I don't know. Everything else has been going good with the diet. It really is, I've talked about this a lot recently, but we're in a great place with our diet. We have things kind of figured out. We have a decent number of snacks around for the most part if we want to have something. Right now, with sweet corn being in season, we have 2 or 3. I live in Iowa, so we have I could drive a mile any direction from my house, and there's somebody selling sweet corn. And so so we've been having that for a snack, which has been great. I didn't it's weird microwaving sweet corn because I never knew it was something you can do, but with our diet, the way we eat, with the no salt, oil, sugar. Um, Microwaving the sweet corn is the greatest. I don't know. It's so simple, and it's really no different than microwaving a potato. Uh, as far as the prepping, I suppose. And yeah, it's just been a crazy week. We did one of the things I've talked about a little bit, I think, but we run a nonprofit where we hand out diapers to people in our community, and we did a diaper drive this morning, or a diaper distribution this morning. We handed out diapers to people at a drive up distribution, and I was able to help out a decent bit with that, but with one arm, it's tough. The kids have been really helping out a ton, which is great. They helped out a lot with the diaper distribution today, and they're helping out around the house. I think they see that I'm down an arm, and if I need help, they've been picking up the slack. But I don't know. The real rock star has been Carrie, as far as, like I said, she's been taking me around. She's been with me every minute since the surgery started. Even today, I'm streaming here. She had to drive me here. We're a half hour from home to come and stream. She has the kids at a trampoline park that's about a mile down the road from my work. So the kids are having a blast. Carrie says they were rock stars at the distribution today. Yeah, our two little girls were handing out we give out baby wipes when we hand out the diapers to everybody, and our little girls were handing out the baby wipes, and they were doing a great job, and our big kids did a great job of handing out the other stuff as well. But yeah, Carrie's really been taking care of me really well. She normally does, but it's been something been a lot on her, I'm sure, having to deal with the not only being with me on the trip we were on last week and not sleeping, but then dealing with helping me get the meds and getting my shoes, especially when my hand wasn't working that first day with the nerve block. I couldn't do much as far as putting shoes on, opening jars, doing anything. It's getting a little bit better now that I can use my hands, or my left hand. But overall, it's been a crazy week. And I just wanted to go live and kind of update, let you guys know everything's going good. I mean, it sucks that I had surgery, but it's not anything, it's just part of life, I guess. It was, I knew I was going to need surgery. I did not expect the doctor to be like, hey, let's go in on Wednesday and get this done. It's great. It sounds like that was the timeline that it needed to be done. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's going to cost me a fortune. I don't even want to see the medical bill, but it's going to be a fortune. Anyways, I don't have much else to talk about today. I'll be back on next week. Hopefully I can get on a schedule, but with me not being able to use my left arm, I have to be able to start typing before I can do a whole lot of work for my actual work. And so hopefully in the next couple days, I can rotate my wrist a little bit more. I can find a position where I can work by Monday, and I'll plan on going live as much as possible next week. Planning on doing a weigh-in Wednesday still. It's just kind of, I'm at the mercy of how schedules work out and time works out. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for checking out my video today, or up my update. I will be live again next week. If you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell icon, turn on notifications. We do have a Discord that if you're looking for recipes or information about how we eat, that's probably the best place to find it, is on the Discord. The link to that is in the description below. I got those hiccups or those burps, I guess, going right now. Yeah, I also have a Instagram account. It's at Fasting. That's FAHSTING. And I will see you guys next week. All right. You guys all have a great weekend. If you haven't started a diet, get started right now. There's no reason not to get started on your diet. And if you're struggling on your diet, keep going. It's worth it to get the weight off. I mean, I'm only 2/3 of the way there, and I feel amazing every moment of every day. I feel better. So yeah, get started, keep going. I'll see you guys next week.